What's up, Sauce Nation? It's your boy Hector Flores coming at you with a video. And this video, of course, you guys obviously know it's an Astros video, but this video is basically the fact that the trade deadline is coming up near the end of August. It's crazy to think that we're already more than a month into the season, but yes, and the trade deadline will be August 31st. So this video is basically me kind of putting in my 2 cents of who the Astros should probably look into talking to and try to get for this. So for you guys to know my thought process when it comes to trade deadlines, specifically is one, look for a team that's not doing well, basically the teams that suck, and find guys that are actually performing up to, you know, the standards of their current team. And that's one of the things I love about baseball, man, is just that the fact that there are teams that are very open to, you know, trade away I guess good players, knowing that rebuilds is just a common thing in baseball. And so like I like that they have this. So if you guys want to know my thought process, that's my thought process, pretty much bringing good players on really bad teams. And also I'm looking at guys that have just 1 year left on their contract. So basically these guys are also could be rentals. I mean, the Astros could probably maneuver some things up, especially as they'll be free from certain contracts. So that's a possibility. So I'm not going to tell y'all who to trade for, but what to give up to get these guys. I'm just saying that these are guys definitely that the Astros should be looking at to bring in to the Astros, especially to try to finish this season a lot stronger. Because, I mean, they're still in the playoff discussion, as crazy as that sounds, especially with their struggles. But I think some of these guys could come in and definitely help improve this team. So that's my thought process. So if you guys want videos like that, make sure, for one, make sure you guys like this video, because obviously you clicked on this video because you saw it was Astros video. And 2, go into the comments, man. Tell me what you guys think of the guys that I presented to you guys. But as well, tell me who you guys think we should get realistically. Tell me who we should be trying to go for as well. And, you know, obviously subscribe to Sauce Sports, man. Make sure you guys click on that notification bell so you guys can get all the content on all the teams, but only Houston. And as well as when you get notified, so when we drop videos like this, and of course when we do our live streams from Monday to Friday around 6 p.m. Central Time. I emphasize around because we're not always on time. But anyways, there's that. So, and if you guys want an even deeper discussion with guys like me or Ed Honcho, Wink, Tinny, Ray, make sure you guys go ahead and join the Patreon side for that $5 tier. It'll put you on our Discord so you can chat with us and also other Discord members. The conversations do get heated, but it's totally worth it. Or you can also become a member of this YouTube channel where you guys can get like the custom emojis and then have the little H hand like next to your username. So if you guys want that, that'll also put you in the Discord as well on a specific tier. But yeah, without further ado, let's get going with this video. Alright, to start things off, at number 5, I have Tony Watson. He is a relief pitcher. He's 34 years old, and he comes from the San Francisco Giants. Like I said, man, I'm picking teams that are bad, and Tony Watson has actually performed very well. Now, the thing that I like about Tony Watson is, one, he's a veteran, so you know he's going to help out with this young bullpen that we currently have, and hopefully we can have some health back in this team. And I think Tony Watson could really be a big boost for us with an ERA currently of .93, has 8 strikeouts, and has a WHIP of 724 to be more specific. But he's looked pretty well, man. I think, you know, he's definitely like you know, like I said, a shining star in a really bad team. So that's the reason why I want Tony Watson. And besides San Francisco Giants, I mean, at this point, hopefully they now believe that they got to be on a rebuild, because obviously they were trying to sell this crap to their fans that they're going to be contending for a playoff spot last year, which obviously they lied. But I think that this guy could, one, if the Giants realize that they just got to be sellers, will help out, will be able to help us out. And I mean, I guess we could just throw some prospects their way, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is my first pick, is Tony Watson. At number 4, I'm going back to back with the San Francisco Giants in Drew Smyly. He is a starting pitcher. He's 31 years old, and he's got $4 million on his contract. The other guy, Tony Watson, has $3 million. So also kind of thinking about the budget as well for the Astros. Like, these guys aren't gonna be too much, but at the same time, you know, they're on their final years anyways. So Drew Smyly, he's a starting pitcher. Obviously, I mean, I have no real complaints about the starting rotation, but I think especially you want to get some of these younger guys maybe some more time in the bullpen more as than putting them immediately with the starting rotation, especially when deeper into the season goes and when the game start to apply more pressure. Maybe want to relieve those guys a little bit and let them be in the bullpen, and we can get these guys with experience like Drew Smyly up here to help out with this starting rotation with an ERA of 3.24. He has right now a total of 11 strikeouts and has a whip of 1.320. So not really bad. I mean, like I said, man, this guy could be honestly on that back end of the rotation, which a 3.24 ERA. That's actually honestly that's a top 3 ERA anyways. But I think Drew Smyly can definitely help out with this starting rotation for the Houston Astros. All right. So at number 3, I have Kevin Pillar, center fielder. He's 31 years old. He right now has on the final year of his contract, obviously, with a 4.25 million. And he is with the Boston Red Sox, who is struggling this season. Actually, was the first team with 20 losses this season. So, I mean, at this point, they're just going to have to sell. I mean, you kind of knew where the season was going, especially with the fact that they traded away Mookie Betts and David Price to the Dodgers, mainly just to open up some of their budget, because their budget they've been over budget for a really long time. And so, man, I mean, if we can alleviate them with something, I mean, Kevin Pillar is a solid player. He has a 278 batting average, a 340 on base percentage, an OPS of 793, and has already hit 3 home runs. I think that this guy can definitely help out, especially with the depth in our outfield, especially with some injuries that we're dealing there. I think he can definitely help out. And I mean, it's like one of those things where we can have a pretty decent outfield that's like stacked and deep, and as well as we know when we want to rest Springer or we want to rest Brantley or we want to rest Tucker, we can put him out in the outfield, and then whenever he's not on the outfield, we can put him at DH, because right now that DH spot is basically just to rest players at this point from fielding. So I think that Kevin Pillar is definitely a guy that we can definitely bring in, and we can use him in a different sort of ways. All right, at number 2, I have Brent Anderson, starting pitcher from the Milwaukee Brewers. He's 31 years old, and on his final year, he has $5 million. He has a ERA of 3.71, has 14 strikeouts, and has a whip of 1.353. Kind of going back with Drew Smyly, man. You know, if we can somehow, help put some experience and some guys that we can definitely perform in this pitching rotation, it's just going to alleviate a lot of things. Once again, when you have pitchers that can go out there and at least give you 5+ innings, preferably 6+ innings, it just rests your bullpen. You don't use up your bullpen arms too much. You don't want games where you have to go into your bullpen a lot. So I mean, if we can get guys that can go out there and be efficient in their starts, it helps out the bullpen. It makes the bullpen more rested, and I mean, it just makes our pitching rotation just a lot stronger. And to be honest, man, some of the best teams when it comes to competing in the postseason have the better pitching rotation. So I think Brent Anderson will definitely boost our pitching rotation for sure. And if he ends up living up to what he's been able to do with the Milwaukee Brewers, I think that he can definitely, get a contract with us, no problem, especially if he continues the way he's playing right now. All right, at number 1, and I think this is going to be a name that a lot of people are going to be pretty ecstatic about. I mean, this is a guy that I've wanted for a long time. I think even Ray has wanted for a long time. And I think with the current team that he's in, I think this team could maybe make some moves, maybe can make a push, but at the same time, they're in a really tough division, and they're already at the bottom of their division at this point. So it probably makes sense to go ahead and trade this guy away. But the guy I'm talking about is JT Realmuto, catcher, 28 years old, from the Philadelphia Phillies. He's currently on his last year of his contract with $10 million. So this is going to be definitely a massive hit to us. But now I know I've said a lot of good things about Martin Maldonado, and I still stand by it. But to be honest, man, he just doesn't have the consistency production as far as a hitter that JT Realmuto is. And JT Realmuto is just a complete catcher, man. The guy is really what you want. I think he's going to be one of the top catchers in this league. And I mean, with a batting average of 294, an on-base percentage of 348, an OPS of 960, and with already 8 home runs, JT Realmuto is just a very appealing name, and there's a reason why this guy's number 1. Can it realistically happen? I mean, who knows? But I mean, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go and talk to the Philadelphia Phillies and see what they're willing to give up to get this guy here in an Astros uniform. And I think he gets here. You're talking about a 1-2 combination with Martin Maldonado. I think that, one, the pitchers are going to be really comfortable. I think these are 2 really smart catchers, so I think that that's going to boost them up. But I think it also kind of alleviates Martin Maldonado, so he can go in and be more of a mentor role, to be a mentor for more of these young pitchers and help them kind of be that second pitching coach for the team. So I think that will help him out for sure. And I think JT Realmuto, with his production with the bat, is just going to make the Astros even more dangerous team. And once again, if he wanted to, let's say, give Realmuto a break as a catcher, they can just put him in that DH spot and let him do what he does, and which is hit. So I mean, you get the best of both worlds with this move. All right, and you know, you guys know we do this at this point. Whenever we do these top 5s, we always have a bonus, and our bonus for this one is Jackie Bradley Jr., center fielder, 29 years old, is on his last year on his contract with $11 million, and is from the Boston Red Sox. He has currently a batting average of 235, has an on-base percentage of 300, has an OPS of 658, and has hit 2 home runs. Now, the batting isn't the real reason why I'm picking Jackie Bradley. It's more so his ability on the field. He's just a solid center fielder, and I think, once again, adds depth and adds some much needed support, especially with this outfield. So I think that this would be definitely maybe not the most realistic move, because I think we'll have to give up a little bit more, and he's a bigger hit on the budget when it comes to this current budget the Astros have. But I mean, if you want to take a big shot, and I mean, he is also a spark plug. I mean, this guy knows how to start a rally. So I think Jackie Bradley Jr. would be one that I would love to see here as well. All right, so those are 5, well, technically 6 guys that I think the Astros should definitely look at to talk about in a work of a trade by the trade deadline. I mean, go into the comments, some of what you guys think. Do you think I'm tripping? Do you think that some of them are unrealistic? Tell me who you think is realistic. Tell me who you think the Astros should be talking to get to trade. Obviously, stay realistic. I'm not trying to hear anybody say, "Oh, let's trade for Mookie Betts" or something like that. But yeah, I think that these are some pretty good options. I'm not saying what to give up for these guys, but I'm actually, you know what, when I'm looking at this list, I'm surprised I didn't pick a single person from the Kansas City Royals. But when I was looking at them, their stats just didn't, you know, pop like these guys did to me. But yeah, so just tell me what you guys think in the comments about these guys that I presented to y'all. If you guys, make sure you guys like this video, make sure you guys comment, and make sure you guys subscribe to Saw Sports and click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop videos just like this, and of course when we do our live streams from Monday to Friday around 6 p.m. Central Time, roughly around there, very roughly around there. And of course, if you guys want an even deeper discussion with guys like me at Honcho and the guys from the Roundtable, make sure you guys join the Patreon or become a member here on YouTube. And obviously for Patreon, you sign for that $5 tier. For YouTube, I forgot what it was. I'm sure Honcho will put it right here, like what tier that is. But you get in that tier, they'll put you on the Discord where you can talk to guys like us and other Discord members. And, you know, you can put your questions out there like that. Also, we have a Twitch channel. Yeah, it's crazy to think. We have a Twitch channel. Make sure you guys go ahead and join the Twitch channel. We do, well, at least I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or at least when I can, just because, you know, I got school and all. But I'll try my best to stick to that schedule, or whenever I pop up, I pop up. But we will notify you on Twitter and our social media platforms. So make sure you guys follow us on our social media platforms at Saw Sports HCX on Twitter and Instagram. And, of course, the Saw Sports Facebook group. So you guys will be notified when we do things like, you know, when we announce, you know, maybe we won't do a live stream or video drops, anything like that. We will notify you through those social media platforms as well. So that's all I really got, man. So chucking up a deuce. Y'all stay saucy.
Perfect.